Welcome back to the channel. Now, I've seen a lot of comments and I've, talked to the people that I've worked one-on-one with that believe that there is supposed to be a timestamp on how long no contact is supposed to take. That after a certain amount of time, your ex is going to reach out to you on this exact day. And the truth is, that's just not how no contact works. I really want to help you understand that no matter how long you've been in no contact, there is no timestamp on no contact. It doesn't matter if you've been in no contact for 10, 30, 60, 90, 120 days, or even a year. It doesn't matter. There is no set amount of time to when your ex is supposed to come and reach out to you. The truth is, right, who knows when your ex is going to come back? And sometimes, not all exes come back, unfortunately. Sometimes it doesn't matter how long you're in no contact. It doesn't matter what you do. Your ex is just not going to come back because the relationship has served its purpose in your life. It has served its purpose in their life. It has run its course in the both of your lives. And that relationship just isn't meant to be anymore, and it's not going to rekindle. You're not going to be able to work on things, and that's okay. My ex never came back, but my life is okay. I survived. I'm okay without my ex, and you will be too if your ex never does come back. To get your ex back and to become a better version of yourself, make sure you click the link in the description right below. I would love to work with you. I've gone through what you're going through, and I'm a much better person because of the things that I've learned and the work that I did on myself. And I want to share those things with you so you can get through this difficult time. So I would love to work with you, and I know that I can help you. Now, picture it this way, right? If you're just sitting around counting the days on how long you've been in no contact, let's say you've counted 50 days and you think on the 50th day at some point during this day, your ex is going to reach out to you, and then they don't. You don't get a text message. You don't hear from your ex. What does that do to you? You just set yourself up for more disappointment, for more hurt, because you set this expectation in your mind and within yourself that if I stick to no contact for 50 days, on the 50th day, my ex is going to reach out to me. And then when you don't hear from them, that just leaves a big hole in your heart, right? It makes your heart drop to your stomach because what you thought was going to happen, what you expected was going to happen, didn't happen. This person that you care about, this person, that you have strong feelings for and that you want to be with, didn't reach out to you on the day that you set the expectation that they were going to reach out to you, and then they didn't. You set yourself up for more hurt. I will say that yes, no contact is a tool to help you get your ex back, but it's what you do with no contact is really going to determine whether your ex is going to come back or not. That's going to give them the best chance to come back to you. And that's by working on yourself. That's by actually focusing and directing your own energy to your own life and to your own self. Not just sitting around counting the days and just not reaching out to your ex because you're in no contact. You actually have to be improving during this time. You have to be working on letting go and moving on with your life, with or without your ex. That is the only way that they are going to come back to you, that they are going to want to come back to you. I wrote down this little note that I want to read to you about no contact. So I said that no contact is not something where you just don't reach out to your ex, but all of your attention and focus is directed to stalking your ex on social media or obsessing on when they're going to come back and reach out to you. That means no contact isn't something where you just sit around waiting for them and you just don't reach out to them and that's considered no contact. You think, oh, well, I'll just, wait for them, but I won't reach out to them. I won't text them. I won't stalk them on social media, but I won't do anything to improve myself. I won't do anything to improve my life. I won't do anything to improve, my mentality right now as I'm going through this difficult time. That's not how no contact works. Think about it, right? If you do that, if you're just sitting around and you're counting the days of no contact and you're not doing anything to work on yourself, you're not doing anything to improve your life and, work on the mistakes that you made in the relationship and take some time to reflect. Let's say your ex did come back, right? Let's say your ex came back tomorrow. What is different about you? What's better about you? What have you improved on that's going to give you the tools necessary to have a successful relationship with your ex this time around? What's different about your mindset? What's different about your belief system and about the knowledge that you have in your mind and in your life so you can have a successful relationship, so you know how to communicate better? Nothing's going to be different because you haven't done any of the work on yourself. You haven't learned any of the things that you need to learn. The only way to have success with no contact is by actually working on yourself, is by giving your ex the breakup, by having the courage to let go and to move on with your life, and letting it be easy for them to walk out of your life, saying, there's the door, you can leave if you want to. I'm going to be okay whether or not I'm with you or not. And yes, it's going to be hard. Yes, I care about you, but I'm not going to chase you. I'm not going to beg you. That's the only way that you're going to have success with no contact, and by giving them the time to wonder about you, to think about you, and to feel the loss of you in their life. I do know that it's hard to not obsess over your ex and to not think about your ex all the time and wonder what they're doing and stalk them on social media when you're going through no contact. I know, I've been there. I struggled with that a lot. It was hard for me to restrain myself from stalking my ex on social media. It was hard for me to not, have my mind wrapped around what she was doing or who is she with or, is she thinking about me? So I know what you're going through. I know that it's hard. I thought that I was never going to hear from my ex again because it had been so long. I was like, well, I've been in no contact forever, it feels like. I've been in no contact for a very long time and I haven't heard from her. So I'm never going to hear from her again. And that hurt to realize. But the moment that I actually let go and, I accepted that I may not ever hear from my ex again, when I accepted that feeling and I was not okay with it, but I was, okay with the possibility of her not coming back, the moment that I started working on myself and actually making the necessary changes, a few months later down the road, what happened? I got a text message from my ex. I started hearing from her. She started reaching out to me. She finally got to the point to where she was curious about me, to where she was wondering about me. She could feel the energy was no longer there, that all of my attention and my focus wasn't directed to her. So that made her curious about me. That made her think about me and what I was up to. That got her to the point where she reached out to me because, she wanted to try and see what I was up to. She wanted to try and see where I was at in my life. I gave her the time to feel the loss of me in her life. And I actually started to realize my self-worth. I started to respect myself. And once you do that, once you know and you value yourself and you know your worth and you respect yourself, whether your ex comes back or not, actually, whether they want to work on things, they're going to have no choice but to respect you because you do respect yourself. And you're portraying that in your energy and in the way you handle yourself and in the words that you use and your demeanor when you're talking to people. So respecting yourself and knowing your worth is one of the most important things that you need to be doing and working on right now. If you stick to no contact and you can let go of the attachment that you have of, when you're supposed to hear from your ex during no contact and when they're supposed to come back to you, and if you can let go of the attachment to no contact, to where you think that just because you're in no contact, it's going to work, that your ex is going to come back, then you'll be able to get to a place of acceptance. Once you've gotten to that place of acceptance, that's when you can pick yourself up, you can dust yourself off and start doing the work on yourself, which will give your ex the best chance of coming back to you. And it will give you the best chance of moving on with your life with or without your ex. So if you did take some value away from this, make sure you like and subscribe right down below. And if you do want to work one-on-one with me, click the link in the description right down below. I know that I can help you and I would love to work with you. So I will see you in the next one.